Hello, we're back for, well, a little bit at least. I'm thinking we're going to do these light mini traveler legs and then, oh no, this one might not work. Okay, let's turn it around. Okay, so the straight leg jeans are a tight fit. Good to know, like actually too tight. Uh-oh. Okay, so I can do the back panel. Oh, okay, so if I turn it, we're good. But no, they don't all fit. Okay, so I'm gonna have to dig, we'll just take a couple out then. I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Anyway, if this is your first time seeing me, I'm Katie. This is Atelier Nikuzuki, and I make bags and accessories from Japanese fabrics that I select in Kyoto and Tokyo. And what we're working with right now is actually some offcuts from a woman who makes jean shorts. So I am upcycling her denim after she's already upcycled the jeans. I think it works pretty good. So let's get that in there. And then it is late-ish here. It's like 20 after 10. I am normally on earlier, but just today was a day. It was, yeah. Kids woke up and decided that they were going to be feral today, which is always fun. And then we went up to my in-laws for like kind of a, oh right, we gotta make sure that I mark all of these as well, or we'll just take them out and I'll mark them before I sew them, because then I can do it with the air erase marker. But there's like little just match-up lines that need to be marked before anything happens. All right, so this one is lighter, so we're going to do it with the air erase marker, and I will cut it out right away. I did mark most of the ones last night with chalk, because then I could cut them out whenever. I didn't even have to be downstairs to cut them out, and I was 100% not expecting to be up in my in-laws all day, but that is just what happened. Again, the kids hit the feral button. I actually dropped them off with my sister-in-law this morning too, because I was like, I need to go for a run. Went for a run with them on the treadmill, like hanging out with me around the treadmill yesterday, and they were deciding to like basically throw stuff on the treadmill to see it go off, which like, okay, yeah, really good like science experiment, but super dangerous for me and my ankles and my feet. So I was like, today I was like, no, I do not want a repeat of yesterday's. So I asked my sister-in-law, I'm like, can I drop them off for like 45 minutes to an hour so I can get my run done? Currently training for another half marathon. Dallas and I have, well, Dallas has a half on this weekend, and I've got a 10K in a week today, which will be fun. I really like 10Ks so far, although the half is growing on me. And all of this is to work up towards actually doing a marathon again in Kyoto. Okay. I'm going to do a marathon in Victoria, British Columbia first, just so I get like 2 full training cycles in before 2 full marathon training cycles, because a marathon training cycle is vastly different from a half marathon or 10K training program. So, yeah. Anyway, the goal is Dallas, who's my husband, and I ran Dopey in January, which is you gotta be dopey to do it, was my tagline for it, because that's totally what it feels like. But Walt Disney World hosts a marathon weekend in the beginning of January. And the Dopey Challenge is you go and you run the 5, the 10, the half marathon, and the full marathon. It's 48.6 miles combined. And my marathon time there, because my husband is a faster runner than me, but we ran it together. Anyway, the marathon time there was 6:45 and some change, basically a few seconds. And the Kyoto Marathon has a time limit of 6 hours, so my goal is that I want a 5-hour marathon for a lot of leeway time, because we lost time on porta potties, basically, was the big thing that we lost time on at Disney, because we were out on the course so long, it was just like, I desperately needed to pee. So, you know, that's how those things go. Still super proud of the fact that I even just like trained for and ran a marathon with 2 littles. But I don't want to do that again. It's like, I don't want to be out on the course that long. That's the other big thing. I just want to go run and get done, because I'm actually quite pleased with how my body survived that, but that does not mean that it was like easy or, yeah. Actually I wasn't in a lot of pain the next day, which was surprising, so that was good. Anyway, that's the hobby basically outside of work. I have started working on the Lily Pilly wrap again on the lace section, because I do knit. And it is still thwarting me. Now, granted, I keep putting it down, so I don't know where I am in the pattern, but I like reverse constructed it, and I thought I was in the right spot, and then I knit the row, started knitting the next row, and it basically just laughed at me. And I'm like, where the hell am I in this pattern? Apparently I need to sit down and do like a full lace repeat so that I don't have to keep doing this. But the issue with that is that a full 10 row lace repeat is really difficult to do with littles around. No shock, right? Like, that would be the case. But still, I'm like, oh God. Okay, that line has actually disappeared on that side. So let's lay this down again. Okay, so there is the outside line of there. Okay, I'm still on the right trajectory, but we are going to remark this one because apparently the denim is thirsty and like took up all of the marker. That's what I'm going to blame it on. Good to know, good to know. The next 2 are chalk anyway, so it's no big deal. And then I've got all the ones that I marked last night to still cut, so we're good. It's not like there's not a lot to do. And these are definitely like, I am overcommitting as per usual for what I could actually get done in the next 2 weeks, because realistically, I probably won't get all of these done in the next 2 weeks. But I also live by the motto of, if I don't cut it, I don't sew it. So here we are. We're still working on bags from March. That's what we were doing last night. I was matching up linings to small box bags. And you're like, Katie, why aren't you like just working on that? Because you keep saying that you need more small box bags. But the thing about it is that I only want to go through really and interface once for this week, because it is hot now, and standing over my steam press is not my idea of a fun time in July, even with air conditioning. I'm getting sticky just even thinking about it. Yeah, I think it's also just the fact that this is like a kind of almost like it's a diagonal pattern, and so the lines are just getting like completely swallowed up. Oh, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to rematch it at this side, and I'll mark it on the white. There we go. Problem solved. Doesn't help that there's like a blurk up top there. Anyway, I was considering going for my run outside today, but it's been like really wet weather, and like, yes, I could run in the rain. It's not actually that big a deal. It wasn't a thunderstorm or anything like that. But I was like, no, if I go home, I can like watch my movie on the treadmill and sneak in a really quick shower after I'm done like running, which was glorious. Did it take longer than I anticipated? Yes, because it always does, but that's okay. The kids were good. I don't know what to tell you. All right, there we go. So there's that one. Done and dusted. Good to go under there. All right, so these ones will be chalk marking, which is going to be far easier apparently. Oh yeah, cut the cuff off. So I'm cutting the cuffs off because this is like, there's no way I'm actually using, I guess, yeah, the cuff, the hem. There's no way I'm actually going to use it anyway. And it just, like, I could also cut the seams out, but I find, what I'm finding is that the hems are actually the worst part of the, like, making this unusable. So. Now, I can't be on too late tonight. I always say this. But I washed our sheets today, and given that I ended up staying later than I anticipated with my in-laws, I did not get our sheets in the dryer because I didn't want to run the dryer while I was out of the house. So I have to make sure that I leave myself enough time to go upstairs and actually make the bed. So saying that, I'll probably be on for about another hour, around 10:30 or so. No, I may as well just do this. Okay, what did I say? I need the chalk pen, which is in here. So probably what it'll end up being is I'll be able to get all of these traced and probably cut in the next hour, maybe. And then tomorrow, because the kiddos are home from school, it's Canada Day, which means that they're off school. It's basically a long weekend. We will work on getting the exterior cut and the interfacing cut for both the mini travelers and the, oh wait, no. Nope, I have to finish photographing Kato bags. Never mind. That's what tomorrow is all about, because then they can play upstairs. And I don't have to worry about them getting into stuff down here. And then tomorrow night we'll be cutting interfacing for this big old pile here of small box bags and all these mini traveler slings as well. So if you're just joining for the first time, my name is Katie. This is Atelier Nekizuki, and I work with Japanese fabrics that I purchase in Kyoto and Tokyo. And then I come home and make all the bags in my studio in the foothills of the Canadian Rockies. I'm just outside Calgary, like right in the middle between Calgary and Banff, basically. So, very spoiled because I lived around the mountains as a child, and we lucked into being able to purchase a house with a mountain view a couple of years ago. So still within the town, which is also kind of nice. Although sometimes I do still miss living in Calgary. I was like, if we move again, I want to move back to the city. I know there's a different set of problems with that. But with kids, there's like so many different opportunities compared to like a smaller town, because Cochrane is not really a small town. They say they're a small town, but they have been solidly a city for a very long time. But yeah, I think if I had a choice right now, we would probably move back into the city. If I do it that way, that doesn't really benefit me. Does it? No, it doesn't. Okay. So we'll just line these all up this way. Now, any offcuts from these are also going into the Flynn. Hey. Why? Ugh, he's up there like scratching around the blind, which, dude. The kids are finally asleep. Please don't go feral yourself. Why? Oh yes, Now you're going to be a pretty boy. I can see it. Hi, bud. Oh, yes, I know. Okay, sorry, I went silent because I really like the sound of these chalk pens. Just like it. Itches a good part of my brain of like, yay. Anyway, the offcuts from all of these are going into the amigurumi box. My friend did say that she didn't need more scraps this year, but, or at least not when I asked her like a couple months ago. But she's already worked through all but like 2 bags of what I gave her last year, and I'm like, okay, well then maybe I'll just hold on to these and you can have them after my show push is done. That reminds me, she will come and help me in Knit City. She kind of knows the drill already. It's like, because she came out with me to Knit City, Vancouver 2 years ago now? Yeah, 2 years ago now. So she knows kind of how it goes down. It's just in Calgary now. But I need to ask my other friend because she's never been to a Knit City. And I'm like, hey, like, come bring me a coffee or something, or let me go get a coffee and you can come into Knit City. So I should probably make sure that she's actually free to do that because I know she's really busy this summer with Renaissance fairs actually. So I said this last night. I need to change my rotary blade. We're going to change it before I hurt myself. Set you down with Flynn. Maybe he'll purr at you. Oh, don't eat it. Right there. There is actually cat slobber on there. I'm sorry. That was apparently not the best thing to do. Oh well. Okay. Let's get this out. Oh, hi, Chalk. Get out of here. I hate changing the rotary blade though, because it's like kind of terrifying most of the time. Why am I keeping all the old rotary blades? I don't know. Should I go in and actually like sharpen them? Probably. Do I ever? Hell no. Although it is getting to the point where I need to actually buy more here, I think. So maybe I should go in and have a sharpening festival. Okay. I have had these stick together before, and it's like I've been like cutting. And I've been like, why is this not working? It's a brand new blade. And then it's like, oh, there's like fabric between, which is really weird. And then it turned out that it was actually the fact that I had 2 blades on instead of just one. I'm like, oh, that would explain it. That would cause some difficulties. Okay, the washer curls up. That's the other thing that I always, it swaps. I think it works both ways, but especially at this point when this is like so squashed. Okay, I don't know why I pulled that down. We don't need to pull it down. Oh yeah, I can see the wear. Okay. Into the old bin. Clean out the back here because it gets like gunked up with stuff. It's gross. And these have like a little bit of oil on them to keep them sharp and untarnished. And so it's like, it just gums up with the fabric that actually does get caught in between the actual like blade and the blade cover basically. That's what happens. That's not quite right. Oh, right, because the nut is also got a specific direction. There we go. Okay. Onerous task of the night done, and this is going to be so much better for cutting, especially because the denim is obviously a very thick material. It's much... Oh, yeah. I just need to remember to change my rotary blade more often, because honestly it is a safety issue as well. Because the duller your blade, the more pressure you put onto it, and the more likely you are to like slip and slice yourself. Yay! And like, because you're putting more pressure on it, the more likely you are to actually like damage yourself very badly. I think the two most terrifying things in my office are my rotary cutter and my sewing machine. Although I guess the branding iron and iron are like, okay, so the most terrifying sharp thing is not the shears, although I snip myself with those far more often. It's the rotary cutter. And then the most terrifying like tool overall, I think, is probably the sewing machine. But the iron and the like all the hot stuff gets special mention here, because I can't imagine touching that branding iron that I use for the leather accidentally. I've done enough damage to my hands and my arms, randomly enough, with the iron that I really don't want to find out what a branding iron would do to me. Well, we know what it would do to me. I don't want it to do it to me. I think the key there is I know exactly what it would do, and I don't want it to happen. Oh, you're being cute. Hi. It was a trap. Sometimes it's not. Yeah. All right, bud. You are on top of all of the things, of course. Bloop. Mine. Now you can lay back down. All right. Now back into the ones that I started last night, because, hello, I would like to get all of the exteriors cut tonight. So like denim and Japanese, and then we'll work on the pocket interiors. Well, maybe we'll just do, okay, we'll see where I get to by the time I get done the, yeah, we'll see what time it is by the time I get all these exterior cuts done, because that'll determine if we move on to interfacing or not. Sorry, these do require a little bit more concentration than I was anticipating, so if I go a little bit quiet, just know I am working on making sure that the bags are high quality, just like, so they all meet in Quality Control Inspector Flynn's like exacting standards. Ooh. Okay, that might not work. I didn't notice that last night because I was just like, oh, it'll be fine. Yeah, because the seams are tacked down. Okay, so we'll just have to do this. We'll need to redo the actual tracing because the taper on this leg was too much. Okay, we got one. So 1, 2. Yeah, we only got 3 more to do, so that's not too bad. Good. I do like the fact that I basically get 2 exteriors out of 1 jean leg. I'm very like into this like symmetry of it. I'm like, yes, that's fantastic. Okay. So we're tracing on the back here right now because this section of it overlaps the seam allowance on the sides too much. So can't have it doing that because the seams are obviously tacked down and just it's not going to work. So let's get the chalk pen back. Also, if you are sewing or you're looking to get into sewing or anything like that, or you just need weights for things in general, go to the the hardware store. These are all just basically big washers. I could make them prettier, but that would take time, and so we're just using them this way. I am finding that I probably should go get a few more though, because I am using them more than I was in the past. Oh right, we also need to get more clips for the next run of box bags. So we don't have to go through that whole... We'll still have to go through and like do the interior fabric. Actually, we won't even have to go through and do the interior fabric selection. It's just like we'll just cut it and go, because I'm going to pare down the actual interior fabric to 1. So we're paring down the canvas that I'm using for the Kato to just black because I find that it frames the majority of the fabrics the best without being too stark. And then I'm going to just get a lining fabric that is like neutral, and we'll go with pretty much anything. It's basically just going to be like a sand color. It's not going to be beige. It's going to be kind of in between the white and the beige color that I have right now. Dude, why? You look like such a grumpy old man right now. You're not even that old. Yeah, I know. I did just call you a grumpy old man. You're like, but I am in the height of my prime, Mum. Which he actually is. I think he's... Did we get him in 2017, I think? Which means he was born at the end of 2016. So, like 8. He is fully... so Ouija's and Norwegian forest cats take a really long time to mature as well. So he really only hit his, like, maturity in the last couple years. Denim. You know, I'm still gonna have to get those other 2 legs out from under you, right? It's like, yeah, whatever. You're not gonna move me. Oh, yes, I will. What else are we gonna do tomorrow? Eldest really wanted to decorate a puppet theater, so we've done that. Of course, it is something that is going to create a point of tension. I should have known better and made sure that I got 2. I know you can make them from like upcycling cardboard boxes, but there was no one with cardboard boxes, so I went and got one of the trifold presentation boards, basically, that kids use in school. and folded it so that the white side was out, and then they decorated the white side for their puppet theater. Because the other awesome thing is that there was like a decorative portion on the back that was like the perfect template to cut out for the arch for like the little puppet area. Oh right, so that's what we should do tomorrow, is we should make the puppets to go in it. That's what we'll do. And then I think they were thinking, the eldest was thinking that they had to share it more because they only decorated half of it. And that's fine, but it was a very interesting design choice for their part, because usually they like to do all over. Probably what I should do is maybe I should like draw on the other side, and they could color it in or something like that. I don't know. They might also feel offended by that. There are some flowers and stuff to put on it. Fake flowers, little felt flowers to make and put on it. So that's what we'll do tomorrow while I'm photographing the rest of the stuff. Yeah, cat, I told you. Because they'll enjoy doing that. And then the youngest can go do... Oh, no, he rubbed off the chalk. Cat. Okay, bud, you gotta move. I know I gave you a spot and you're like, no. I do not want that spot. Okay. It's also a little bit, this one's like a lighter dark blue denim, so obviously the lines are not going to be quite as like intense as on a black, but still they shouldn't have like rubbed off like that. Oh well. I'm very excited about these. If you were commenting on them on Instagram, thank you so much for the enthusiasm on them. It always helps to hear how much people are looking forward to a product when it's like a sneak peek it, basically. Still do actually need to finish those two that I kind of sewed them as prototypes in part to see to see if it was worth the time and effort, although I'm not finding them to be overly time consuming. Besides the welt pocket on the back, basically it's an inset pocket, and that's because I just don't like doing those ones. This round I didn't use double-sided tape last time, so I think I will go a little bit easier on myself and use double-sided tape this time. See if that actually helps. But otherwise, besides that, like, they come together like super fast, which is awesome. Obviously, the cutting process isn't too arduous either, which is always a plus for it too. And yeah. Excellent. This is like what I consider like classic blue jean color. I don't know why. Okay, that is definitely a piece that I can use later. Any of those pieces that are larger like that, what I am planning to do is to actually use the offcuts like that for backing for coasters. Although I do have a giant roll of twill that is going to take a while to get through. So that'll be the majority of the backing. But in some cases, blue's just going to be nicer. And obviously it's not going to work for everything, so blah, blah, blah. Nani, nani, nani. That's the Japanese for blah, blah, blah. Actually hurting my index finger. So let's go into straight down grip. So I don't give myself a hand cramp here in the next little bit, because we still got quite a bit of cutting to do if I want to do the rest of the exteriors. And especially if I want to do the Yeah, if I still want to be working on this tomorrow night as well. I don't want to damage my hands. Okay. All right, so there is all those. There's one last one to cut, which is also got to have the base of it redone. I wonder if I just didn't have the markings done well on these first couple ones. Who knows? Whatever. Still better than the air erasing marker. That would be like, it would not show up on the black, and also it would have like air erased by this point. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, good. Okay, and then these. Yeah, I didn't interface. They do actually call for interfacing on these, but I did not interface them last time, and we're not going to interface them this time either. I think we are going to... Yeah, everything else that suggests interfacing I will do. I just realized I'm going to come in and make sure that I'm not missing anything on the YouTube chat. Because I'm not actually logged in. Okay. Aborted sneeze, apparently. It's like, nope. No sneeze for you. Okay, we're all good. No, why are you stuck in the corner? Of course. Just shuffle this over a little tick. There we go. Because this has the same problem as the other one. Seam is right down the middle here. Okay, well, let's cut this and see how bad it actually is. Here's the thing, if it wasn't like right along the side, the seam being in the actual like bag wouldn't be that bad. But the issue is that it's like right in there, and sewing on that would be absolutely horrendous. And I don't want to unpick it because that would mean that the fabric would really not be like stable anymore. Yeah, I could interface it, but it's like it would lose a piece if I cut the seam because it's two pieces of fabric together, obviously. Oh, that was a terrible cut. Anyway. Oh, that's because we were like riding that seam allowance right there. Okay. Bye. Yep. I'm not even gonna worry about that one. Okay. And this, yeah, because it's the same thing up here. Damn it. Why? Look at that. So this is where the seam is. And then this is the actual width of the fabric. Wow. There's no way even really to salvage that, is there? Salvage. Nope. Because look at that. That just pushes the fabric there above the line. Interesting. That does mean that both of these pieces are then also on the seam on the back. I guess that really doesn't matter. Realistically, I'm only going to get one out of this jean anyway. Okay, off we go. Don't overthink it. Just do it. We're already upcycling fabric. I don't like fabric waste. That's why I'm like, but yeah. And the woman that was cutting these jeans down into jean shorts was not wasting it before me either. She is actually giving it to a woman making jean fabric. Scrunchies. Yeah, see, that is just way too close to that edge to have the like seam allowance that I would need. It would literally sew basically right on the thickest part of these jeans. Okay, I do know what I'm going to do with this next piece though, because I was mentioning that these could be the backing for coasters. And I should have thought of this, but yeah, okay, that big piece that I cut out before could be revamped into coaster backing. We'll just cut this with scissors, and then I can do coaster backings from the other side of these jeans. And the other one that was cranky, that was probably from the same pair, we will just turn into coasters. That's fine. There we go. Done. Get out of here. All right, good enough. Let's get although I did end up pulling out quite a bit of fabric, which means we actually need to go in and redecide on what's getting made. Damn it. No. Okay, we've already made one of these. I don't know why I didn't put this back yesterday. Right, and they're not over those. That was the reject pile. We are definitely doing patterned cats. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it out, and since this is a nice long piece, we're going to take it, we're going to lay it out wherever it fits, like that, and then I'm going to slice it right there. And we still have a nice big piece of fabric for whatever else I want to make with it. And that is going to go with the one we just cut, because why not? And then the two hedgehogs, we're going to go with the light blue. I do remember that for some reason. It's like photographically engraved in my head. Okay. And yes, could I cut these down right away? Yes, but I want to, yeah. Actually, we should just cut them down right away. Never mind. That's right. Okay. Let's flip this. And then these ones I think can be just top bottom, which is perfect, like this. And then there's a nice patch for some notions pouches, which is awesome. And then we're going to weight this down and actually do the cutting. And then we'll grab the pattern cats and we'll do the same thing, because whatever. I think with this one we can do an air erasing marker, and that will just be easier to follow the cut lines with. And then I don't damage the paper pattern either, template. There are a few bags that I need to actually invest in the acrylic templates for. So the NCW, definitely the wallet. What is up with you, buddy? You okay? He's just like down here crying in the closet with the kimono and obi. Hi. Yeah? Yeah, there's no mice, right? Can you imagine? Caught on live stream. Katie freaking out about a mouse in her cutting studio. It's always been a debate of like which cat would actually be the mouser, but I think it would still be Dahlia. Mostly because she's got that whole instinct of like, I gotta hunt for my kittens. Whereas Flynn is glorious, but again, he's an orange boy. He's not exactly the smartest cookie in the bunch until he gets the brain cell, and then it's mostly nefarious. So, you know. All right. Ding, ding. Yeah, because that's the line for the top. That's the line for the bottom. Ding, ding. Good. I'm really excited because the woman who wrote this pattern and the kato, which has also been super popular, is coming out with a cell phone bag. And I've been like trying to recreate that accordion style pouch for like a maker's bag, and I just my skills are not up to snuff enough, and it would take a lot of practice to get to the point of being able to bring it to the quality, like the quality that I would want it to be at. So the fact that she's bringing out a pattern and it's not like it's a birthed pattern, which means that like you sew it all together and then it's pushed through an opening, is like just perfect. That's what I need. So I'm super excited to see what she does there. Oh, that's right. That's why we're not doing this. No, I can fit more this way. Okay. What popped into my head is that if I don't cut them now, I can just interface these sections. But if I cut them now, I can abut them and save a little bit of interfacing, hopefully. I don't know. That's what I just told myself. However, if I put interfacing on them, they would be a little bit more stable for this cutting process, which would not be the worst thing. Oh well, it'll all work out. Right there. There, good. I'm totally gonna break my own rule and we're just gonna cut around this template because apparently we're living on the edge right now, although now it's like, nope. Basically, I don't want to move it on the table, because if I move it on the table, that means, whoa, dude. You okay? Anyway, if I move it around on the cutting table, he's fine. It can shift and shimmy, and right now I'm happy with where it's at. There we go. Them's the words. Sorry, that was like extremely distracting. Obviously. Ooh, that seems like we might still have a thunderstorm going overhead. We were actually under severe thunderstorm watch. Although that might have been lifted. I haven't really like looked at our watch things. Right. Thank you. So I'll stop here with that then. We'll cut them down to like an approximation of the size, and then we're gonna do the interfacing. So, and it does actually make it way easier to cut these as well, because then there's not any warbling. Thank you. But I also don't need to like interface this whole piece, so we will cut it down from that. Now I do need to recollect the denim that the cat just knocked down. Let's see if I can get down without knocking the mic off tonight. Okay, small box bags everywhere, everywhere. Okay, let's see. Was that a brain cell upload or a brain cell download to another cat? Monster. Oh, we love them, but my goodness. Okay, so the black was matched up with the sneaky florals. the cat everyone is on good terms was on this like twill gray, right? I think, yeah, that looks right. And then we got this light gray, which I was losing my mind over because I could do the pair up with the, okay, so I did have to cut a couple out of the lineup. So now it's like, okay, I think we should still do, right, we're gonna do gray with the sheep. That looks good. And gray with the bookshelves. That still looks good too. And there should be another, and actually this has got more of a blue undertone, so let's not put that with a gray. Let's put that with okay, that's the one. Maybe the dark blue? Yeah, the dark blue. And then we're gonna do the latte bears as well because it is flippin' adorable. And then, yeah, the gray for those two, the black for these two. Ding, ding, ding. And then I think we should do this purple still with this black. There's two there, okay. And then black cats because it's fun, and then this gray. Oh, I see where, okay, so I see where the issue lies now. This gray is going to go with the, wait. Yes. Yeah, one of these grays is going with the sneaky floral cats. One of these grays is going with that one. There we go, because we cut three black legs out of the equation. That's what happened, okay. Gray and gray. Unless it was actually meant to be this gray for that. Right. Okay. Gray and gray and gray and gray and the new gray. Okay, cool. All right, so let's trim down to approximate sizes and then, yeah, so I cut a few out, but not too bad. Okay, sweet. Oh, how are you tonight, Wendy? Hope things are going well. We have very strange weather right now. Just, well, not strange. It's July in Calgary / Cochrane, which means it's rainy. Really hoping, because so Stampede, which is the big rodeo and chuck wagons and basically like state fair in some ways for, well, Calgary, is notoriously bad for just like, well, at least I find it. It's like almost like clockwork. We end up with a thunderstorm every single day. Almost always at the same time too. Are we going to get enough cats with this cutting? Yes, okay, good. But I have a pop-up on like one of the last days of Stampede. So I'm really hoping that the rain is like done at least for a couple weeks. I'll take a rainy like end of July, but honestly, no rainy Stampede, please. Although I guess most of the time, in some ways, I said they're like clockwork. The event runs until 4, and a lot of the time they do run. Oh, good Lord. The rainstorms end up actually falling outside of those hours. Like between like 4 and 7, because a lot of the times they fall right before the rainstorms happen right before the chuck wagon races, which are like 7:45. Oh, that's a cat, not a kid. Okay. It's like, oh God. Are the children already waking up? But no, it's the cat. Sweet. Okay. Now this one we are going to fussy cut a little bit since it is the last of the fabric anyway. We may as well. Hi, Delia. Apparently we're just going to have a parade of all the critters tonight, which is kind of sweet. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to cut so that we've for sure got these two larger sakura motifs, and then it'll end up with more of the pink up here as well a little bit, I think. Or I can make it end up with some of that. Not much, that's going to get sewn into the zipper, but not fully. And then the other piece, I'm going to concentrate on the smaller sakura motif and the more realistic one that's here as well instead of the stylized one. There. I just realized that this doesn't matter because we'll just interface that full piece. There. Okay. Black cats with sakura. Hi, sweet pea. So these are like really large sakura. These are like, again, this is one of those situations of like, is this a really small cat? Or like, is it a really big cat? Or really, or no. Yeah, small cat, big sakura. Or like a normal size cat and absolutely huge sakura. I can't tell. Not like it matters, but you know, it does. On some level, it totally does. Ooh, that was close. Good thing I left some extra at the bottom. All right. Now, this one, we'll just interface that. That's fine. These two, I do think... No, we'll interface that because whatever we use the ends of both of those for, interfacing it'll be fine because it'll end up being a lot of notions pouches and stuff like that, which I don't typically interface, but like it's not going to hurt to interface. So I was like, whatever. If we do it, we do it. If we don't, we don't. We're going to cut into some new fabrics for this last one because I am the boss of me some days. I didn't feel like it today. Oh, that sucks. I'm actually kind of surprised. They just, like, weird. Although I guess we're kind of spoilt in Canada because we do end up, we have really good internet up here. We pay out the nose for it, but it is good internet typically. Or at least not something I've ever had an issue with, so. Right, we're gonna cut a small box bag of this because then the back cut can become an eyeglass case and this mini traveler pouch. That's what we're gonna do. It's like, I had a plan for this last night. But I guess, yeah, I really like this quilty one. It is like so good. It's like got such a good color palette. I'll bring it up to the camera here in a moment if you haven't seen it before. So, 1, 2, 3. Ding, 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 ding. I did change my rotary blade tonight, which is making it way easier to cut everything. I was like struggling to cut the denim again, and I was like, you should probably change my rotary blade because all I could see was me slipping and like slicing myself. So I was like, the rule for the kids this weekend was do not get injured enough that we have to go to urgent care. Because it's a long weekend, and I'm like, I don't want to go sit at urgent care. My brother-in-law was laughing about that. He's like, at least wait till Tuesday. I'm like, exactly, because Dallas will be home then, and he can deal with it. Don't send us to the urgent care on a long weekend, children. It will not end well for any of us. Okay, I was going to show this a little bit closer. All right, so this is the quilty one. And so it is a really gorgeous, like, pink red. The blue in here is amazing. And then it's a really cool kind of, it is a gold, but it's like a green gold. And then basically the little windows in the quilt windows. So it's got little kitty cats, but then it's got a bunch of the very traditional Japanese patterns as well. And yeah, this one's like really good. I've got this in a few different colorways, but this one is like my favorite colorway of it. So there's like a red one. What else do I have this in colorways of? Red. Oh, I said that I got a bunch of other colorways, but it might just be 2. I know this cat is on a bunch of fabrics right now because Quiltgate did a... Oh no, this is Cosmo. Anyway, Quiltgate did a bunch of black cat fabrics that are like, oh, they're so good. And they still are. I still have quite a few of them. This can go... Oh, it's so tempting to put this in the actual sew pile. After all that work last night, though. We'll keep it as a backup. Let's just go right on top there. Shh, I know I should probably have some sort of glove or something like that, but I know. I did change it though. That is a very generous cut, but whatever, it'll be fine. I got another eyeglass case as well. Not like there isn't a massive pile back there just waiting to get sewn. Alright, this one has less cats, and this one has more cats. Oh no, never mind. There's just more cat butts on this one. Okay. Alright. I guess we're down to interfacing now. Ooh. Damn it. That went too fast. Where are we at? 20 after 11. Okay. And I'm not feeling too toasted yet. Okay. Let's do this then. Chair out of the way. Now can I get the interfacing if I just kind of side... Nope, gotta take the... Mic's gotta come off. Alright, I'm going to go a little bit easy on... That was probably extremely loud. I was probably extremely loud. Anyway, I'm going to go a little bit easy on myself, and I'm going to just line up the mini travelers, and then we'll see where I'm at after that. That is actually, I just remembered, no, that is where we're going to wrap for tonight. I am sorry for that. It was a really short stream, but we will wrap there tonight because I got to go make my bed. Whole thing. So we were supposed to go do our Canada Day celebrations with my in-laws tomorrow, because tomorrow is actually Canada Day. And then the weather forecast looked mediocre, so they got shifted to today. And then they were like, well, we could do today and tomorrow, but everyone was like, no, I can show up today. So we went up, but I'd already put our sheets in by that point, and I didn't want to actually, well, obviously run the dryer while I was out of the house. And so now my sheets have been drying for the last couple hours. Means that I have not made my bed yet. Like, damn it. Because I was planning to come home around like 3 or so, but the kids were having a lot of fun and just didn't. So it's okay. I'm gonna get on track here in the next couple weeks. Kids will be in summer camps. I hope. Well, they will be in summer camps, but I hope I'll get on track in the next couple weeks. Yes, I know I just matched all those up and now I'm just like, phew, whatever. Okay, we are going to trim these down because they will actually line up better if I trim them down now than if I trim them down later. I know I was all like, I don't have to do this, but yes, I do. So my niece is back from Norway, so I saw her for the first time in like since August, I think. So that was good. She's already on the trajectory for going back to do her master's and PhD, sounding like it's probably somewhere that she's going to end up trying to like stay, basically work towards getting living there and everything like that. We will be doing the interfacing for the small box bags. Actually, yeah, I think we're just going to lay out a bunch of stuff and crank along, basically. I just realized I have had this fabric and used this fabric for years. And I just realized that these are also zodiac signs. Okay. Definitely want the unraveling sheep. All right, I was like, let's put it this way. I can't put it that way, and B, that would make them the wrong direction. I really like this little plaid guy in the middle. What do I have? I've got an unraveling sheep. We need some more of the coral representation, so let's go in here then. Like, I'm being so particular, and it's like, it's not going to matter too much for the next little bit. It's more just whether I justify it, like which direction I justify it. Yeah, she sounded like it was really cool. I do know that my sister-in-law went and she said that a lot of the like landscapes are very similar to Canada apparently, which is interesting to hear. Like it's very mountainous, very like yeah, just a lot of very similar things. Now obviously they speak a different language and like there's other factors in it for sure, but yeah, apparently it was very, very much the same. Okay, we're gonna throw that there. We're just gonna puzzle piece this, and then I will roll it up here to there. I'll throw the stack of weights in the middle. Not even hurt my ears, sorry. Okay, and then you are gonna go where the sheep are probably. Did I trim this down? No, I did not, because I was like, I don't need to trim it down. Katie, you should know better. I should know better. It's not much fabric, but it's enough. And then these strips aren't interfaced and we can use them for coasters afterwards, right? Right. That's where they're destined. Kind of. Eventually. That's where they're eventually destined. I say in my like 6 to 9 month production timelines right now. Except for this, apparently. Somehow this jumped to the front of the queue, and I don't even know how exactly that happened. Ooh, we're going to cut this in half because that is totally a small box bag cut. And so there is another eyeglass case. And then it'll actually line up under that quilt cats really well, so we'll just plonk it there. There we go. And then Sassy Cat, i.e. Black Cat Fabrics. I started not calling them Black or Sassy Cat Fabrics because I realized that in meshing Dahlia into the business that much, I was going to be, yeah, I don't know. I might still continue to call them Sassy Cat Fabrics, but like they're named Sassy Cat Fabrics because of Dahlia. And so I was like, when she passes, because of course she's a cat, it is going to happen eventually, sadly. It might be really hard to keep seeing references to her in my work. So I'm like, do I keep it? I don't know right now. I might keep it. Now that I'm actually talking about it, I'm like, what am I talking about? I should keep it. It works perfect. Holy, okay. All right. Let's make sure that okay, I'm going to cut enough fabric around that. Then we can make sure that it's fairly well centered next. So these are going to be very generous. That's a nice backing. Yeah, Australia was actually one of the places that I always wanted to come as a kid to visit. Don't think like living, but visiting. And it's still pretty high on the list. Canada can be harsh in its own ways in winter. And it is warming up in the summertime for sure as well, but definitely the winters are like, oh my God. I think you started watching around the same time that we were having like our -40 cold snap, right? New fabric. I did have, yeah, the quilt cap fabric is basically like, these are all scrap fabrics that have been around for a while and worked with for quite a while. But the quilt cap was a new cut, so I cut it off the yardage. Is essentially what I did. Okay, we need to make sure that My Pleasant Company is there, and Cat, everyone is on good is on good terms. Oh, could I do both of them on one? Why, yes, it looked, oh, not quite. Okay, damn it. There? No, they are a little bit too far apart to work. Okay. Right? Yeah. Okay. So let's make sure that My Pleasant gets... I just want to cut it in such a way that it's not like super fussy cut, i.e. wasting a bunch of fabric, or can be. But also that it's like, I definitely want that in the middle. And then, actually, and then I could go over to this one. And then at least it's a straight cut across the top. Yeah, there we go. Straight cut across the top, and then this can be something later. That camera, I'm sorry, that camera is looking quite dark tonight, which is weird because it has not done that before. I have all the same lights on tonight, so I don't know what's up with that, but okay. And go off, I guess, I don't know. There we go. Tech. Right, that's going to be an eyeglass case. I'm like, why is there a piece of, why is the latte bears here and not over here? But that's right, that's why. Okay. The hedgies I've already cut down. Hedgies and mushrooms, but hey, that actually kind of works in our favor. Because now I can just piecemeal them in. There we go. And then we'll pop this one over here. Okay, so that is all of the mini traveler slings ready to be interfaced. Just gonna roll it right to there. And these will, I'll trim these down a little bit more than this one before they go on the steam press because, let's not get the steam press completely gunked up right away. But now they're laid out. Perfect. Katie, are you cutting those now? No. No, I am not. Okay. I know I could put those on the table or on their shelves right now, but again, no. Okay, those over there. And these are all the pieces. Oh, shoot. These are all the interior pieces, and I just realized they all want interfacing too. I'm not actually going to end up being able to get all of these box bags done tonight, so be realistic. Also, they're 100% in the way. Because when are they not? All right, how wide are you again? Not wide enough, that's for sure. Okay. Right, I can fit like, oh, right, because so this is where the handles come in. Because they take up the excess fabric, basically, especially the new size. Damn it, these all need to be cut down. Brr. And I did discuss the fact that I kind of want to interface the exterior instead of the interior this time, I think. What I wanted to do is I wanted to do an experiment one and interface the exterior instead of the interior. Typically I interface the interiors because it's like, then the interior isn't baggy and it gives the bag shape because it's the interior, so it's always holding the bag up. What I was thinking about is I should be interfacing the exterior because that would still do the same thing of keeping the shape and adding the stability to the exterior fabric. At the same time, these bags last so long as it is that we're going to continue interfacing the interiors. Dramatic pause. Okay, get out of here. There we go. And then we line up all the, no, we don't yet because these all need to be cut down by a minimal amount. Okay, so let's do a stack, I guess. These are already cut down. Damn it. They can be the templates. There we go. Okay. Strawberries. Where am I putting these? Okay. Strawberries, planets. Now it's not quite as dire that these match up as much as like the Kato, because realistically the zipper is closed on the bag like the majority of the time. Obviously still want it to look good when you open it up, but if like one gets white that should have brown, it'll be fine. Good decision making. I know, right? Sometimes it works. Not saying that the bags don't wear out eventually, but I haven't had anyone come up to me in my bag making that said that my bag did not last unless like a critter has gotten to it, basically. So I had someone come up to me and be like, my dog chewed my zipper like 3 months after she had purchased the bag. So like, oh, that's not good. Speaking of which, I actually still need to do, I told her that I'd repair the zipper on it because, hi, that sucks. And I do want people to be able to use their bags as long as possible. Why am I cutting this right now? And I didn't cut the mini travelers down? I don't know. But here we are. That was very crooked. Am I cutting it down in between tonight? No, too much thinking. Katie, you have to cut straight lines. I know. We're going to ignore that fact right now. Alright, there's the next one for the strawberries. And then the planets do still need to go on here. Okay. Use it as a template. So basically, the handles have gotten a little bit skinnier because changing to the fusible interfacing means that the wider handles no longer fit. Like they fall off of my grid wall. And so I was noticing this after the last batch of small box bags that they are falling off the grid wall on customers. Well, not onto customers. And it was very off-putting for the customers because obviously you don't want to wreck people's stuff that they've obviously worked on. And like, I sell to a niche market of knitters and crocheters. They know how much work goes into this stuff, or on some level. Blah, blah, blah. But, uh-oh. That might be the quitting bell. Anyway, yeah, I went down a very small amount. You really can't tell actually that the handles are smaller in some ways. So, all right. Well, that was probably a good sign that I should go upstairs and make my bed now. Damn it. Today has been topsy-turvy, but oh well. We are, oh yeah, okay. I am 2 out of a ton of cuts to do for small box bags. So I will be back here, same bat place, about the same bat time tomorrow night. And I'll chat with you all